हेलो एवरीवन, अगर आप एक एस्पायरिंग बैंकर हो और अपना बैंकिंग सेक्टर के अंदर करियर बनाना चाहते हो तो ये वीडियो आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होने वाली है, क्योंकि इस वीडियो में हमने इनवाइट किया है मिस्टर राजकुमार आर पाई सर को, जिनका मोर देन 35 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है बैंकिंग सेक्टर के अंदर। इन्होंने अपना करियर एज अ बैंकिंग ऑफिसर स्टार्ट किया था इन एचआर डिपार्टमेंट, और ये जब रिटायर हुए तो ये जनरल मैनेजर की पोजीशन को भी अटेन कर चुके थे। तो सर की जो 35 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, बैंकिंग की इनसाइड नॉलेज है, उससे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प होने वाली है। इस पॉडकास्ट के अंदर हमने उनसे काफी सारे क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं आपकी हेल्प करने के लिए, जैसे कि क्या बैंकिंग एक अच्छा करियर ऑप्शन है। सेकंड, हमने बात की है कि क्या जॉब रोल्स अवेलेबल है। थर्ड, हमने बात की क्या स्किल सेट होना चाहिए और उस स्किल सेट को कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं। देन करियर प्रोग्रेशन, कि करियर में फास्ट ग्रोथ के लिए क्या बातों का ध्यान रखना है। साथ ही साथ हमने दो इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स पे भी बात की जो बहुत सारे लोग हमें कमेंट करते हैं, जो कि है कि क्या आप अपनी लोकल लैंग्वेज यानी कि जो आपकी हिंदी लैंग्वेज है या जो रीजनल लैंग्वेज है, क्या आप उसमें इंटरव्यू दे सकते हो। और साथ ही साथ बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में जो बहुत लोग कंप्लेन करते हैं कि प्रेशर ज़्यादा है, एट्रिएशन रेट ज़्यादा है, राइट, उसके बारे में भी हमने बात की कि कितनी सच्चाई है और इस सिचुएशन को आप कैसे बेस्ट हैंडल कर सकते हो। तो आई एम 100% श्योर कि ये वीडियो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करने वाली है। थोड़ी लेंथ है वीडियो की, लेकिन ये वीडियो आपके सारे डाउट्स क्लियर कर देगी। तो ये वीडियो शुरू से लास्ट तक जरूर देखना। हम आपके लिए इतना एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं, तो प्लीज वीडियो को फटाफट से लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और हम इस वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। Welcome Rajkumar sir on the Growing Professional Show. I'm grateful to you for taking out time and to help our student community who aspire to be a banker. Thank you so much. The very first question I would like to ask you is, so you have spent 3 decades in the banking industry. So if you had to make a career decision today, let's assume that you are a fresher today, will you again choose to work in banking sector or you will go for another sector?
Thank you, Mr. Ashish. With regard to my experience in banking, it was precisely 35 years of banking service. So it was a wonderful journey. It was a wonderful experience with a lot of exposure in various fields, because bank over a period of time, bank never remained what banking was there 35 years. It has graduated to a very large extent. I have really enjoyed working for the last 35 years in the bank. And coming to your question regarding my option of joining bank, see, that is if I were to start my career today, whether I will be opting banking only. Actually, in fact, in our days, getting IAS was considered to be a prime career, and second option was direct officer in banking, because getting through direct officer test and interview itself was tough. It is almost next to IAS only. Of course, I have appeared for the IAS exams but could not get through. Next option I got, and that to one of the top banks, that is Canara Bank, I got through. I have continued in that. Why banking? I consider, because whether it is IAS or banking, we are very much close to the society. That is, be it the corporate customers and the at the lower strata also. We are able to contribute to the development of the economy of the nation. Not only that, see, when you are financing, giving a timely finance to a needy customer, whether it is for a business purpose or for construction of their dream house or buying a vehicle or for education purpose of their children, when this help is coming from the bank, gratefulness that they are expressing, it is highly motivating or satisfying in our career. So we are going to we are able to do something good for the society.
Yeah.
Not only that, as you know, banks, especially public sector banks, are the financial backbone of the nation.
Correct.
Even today, in this technology driven, that is digital transactions are happening, even it is a non-banking app also. If it is there, some one or the other bank is there in behind that. Without bank support, no financial transaction can happen. So banks play a major role in the development of the society, upliftment of the common man, and finally development of the nation. So it is a great job. It's a great career.
In conclusion, what I have understood is, if you had to make a decision today, still you would love to be in a banking sector. That's phenomenal to
Yeah.
know. So that's great to know.
Yes.
Oh, why I asked this question is because I wanted to understand from your experience. If somebody is a fresher who is just graduated, banking is a lucrative and satisfying career or not? What you have said is it's beyond a job. It's beyond what one is getting in a transactional value. It's more of you're contributing towards the nation's development. You're contributing towards helping people's uh, cherish their dreams and live their dreams. As you said, like
Yes.
if somebody is getting a home loan, that's a dream come true moment.
Yes.
If
Yes.
bank is, if as a banker you are helping a student get a education loan, you are giving a wings to him to fly high and learn and do great in their careers. So definitely it's beyond just as another job. It's also a kind of a social service, social contribution towards nation's growth. So I really
Yes.
like your thought process on it. So going to the next question, if we consider as a fresher, if somebody wants to work in a government bank or in a private bank, there are a lot of private banks doing fantastic these days. So what kind of different career opportunities are available in the banking sector?
So, as I told earlier banking was mainly accepting deposit and lending. Apart from some miscellaneous activities like safe deposit lockers, demand drafts, like those services were available. Now, banking it is called like a financial supermarket. So, banks are doing bank assurance, that is the insurance business, mutual funds. So, there are marketing agents for that. And not only that, there is now good scope for being it a technology-driven banking era. There is good scope for technical graduates, IT graduates also in the IT area of the bank. Let it be programmers, database administrators, network administrators, or agriculture graduates like agriculture officers, or other engineers like civil engineers also, where some projects are handled. Now there are like project finance is also there. Some specialized areas like foreign exchange is also there. So whatever it is, now if it is not clear to the aspirant who is joining the bank, which area it may suit him. See, what is happening is now time of recruitment, the induction training will be there, will be given to more or less all banks are following the same pattern. Many banks are having the induction training in two phases. So first around 1 month classroom training will be there for 1 month on the basics of banking. Then they will work in some branch, a few branches or maybe a branch depending upon the bank for a few months. Then again come back for the phase two where more information or subjects are covered. So at that point of time, based on the basic graduation, what the candidate has done, he will get an idea of which area he has to choose depending upon his area of strength based on this graduation or this or the his taste or likeness where he can
Interest.
develop.
So bank gives basically flexibility. Like, okay, you
Yes.
learn in the classroom, you learn on the branch, come back to us, and then again we
Yes.
will train you in a specific field so that you can
Yeah.
be expert of that field. And once they join a segment, and then they keep learning on the job and they keep growing on the positions. One
Yes.
question I would like to ask you on this only. A lot of people, when we see on the news as well, in specifically in the private banks, a lot of young people who joined the bank complained about a lot of pressure and they just leave the bank, or sometimes they jump from maybe a bank A to bank B. We will not take the names, but attrition rates are too high in the banks. And specifically, I saw that mostly people who are the most 60, more than 65% of people who are changing the jobs are new joinees. So what is the reason? Like, is it really the pressure, or is it really something wrong with the freshers, or is something wrong with the generation as a whole, or what advice you'd like to give to them?
Yeah, that is what I told a while ago, that one should maintain the right attitude. Right attitude and good relationship with your colleagues, your boss, as well as subordinates also.
Correct.
Try to learn, be humble and polite. In the initial days, especially, you have to learn. Grasping should be more. You should be very receptive. And taking a decision within these 2 years, what I mentioned, it is too early. In a Because if you unless otherwise, he has got a better option. Like somebody has joined as an officer in a bank, and he gets a selection as an IAS officer. Definitely, he will go for that. So unless otherwise, it is that much a high, better
But
career, then definitely there is no harm in that. But otherwise, what is required is patience, a right attitude, patience, and the willingness to learn. And the tide over the difficult time, which may be slightly, may not be in all, may be lacking in some of the youngsters because of the change in lifestyle and all. But somehow that minimum period required, they have to allow that period to pass through. Then only take a decision. Unless otherwise, it's a, as I told, it's a very good opportunity, like a very big placement and all those things. Then it's okay. Otherwise, still banking is one of the best careers. It is a very respectable job, and we are doing good for the society. We are doing good for the country. All those things are there. So it is a respectable job, and that respect further we have to earn by being kind to the customers, giving good customer service, and doing justice to our job. Then the satisfaction already will come. It will come in your nature. It will be built in your nature after some time. Then there is no problem. And one more thing is that there is a adage what goes in. I used to keep always in my mind that time during working. That is in good faith without negligence. So banking is almost mainly because it's a financial institution. So this is a very important adage that all youngsters have to keep in mind. Work in good faith without any negligence. Work in good faith means you are doing your job thinking that everything will go on smoothly, correctly, following the systems and procedures of the bank. Without negligence means whatever duty has been imposed or given to you, entrusted to you, that has been to be done rightfully without any violation of rules and regulations. One more example I will tell. A customer who is not eligible to get a certain amount of loan, if you are giving that loan, sanctioning that loan in good faith that he will repay, it is with negligence. So that it is not that good faith. Good faith should be when you have done as per the rules and regulations of the bank. Compliance, yes. Then only, then leave it. Then leave it. Bank will not just, you will not get punished just like that. Anything is going to happen. You stick to the rules and regulations. Work in good faith without negligence. So this is the mantra that all should keep. Nothing is going to happen. They can work peacefully. Only hard work is required. There is no compromise to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as like you have very rightly said about these points, how to handle the pressure and how to grow in the career.
माय डियर फ्रेंड, अगर आप यहाँ तक पहुंचे हो तो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस, आप टॉप 10% लोगों में से हो जो यहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं. माय डियर फ्रेंड, अगर ये वीडियो आपको बहुत ज्यादा इंसाइटफुल लग रही है तो फटाफट से वीडियो को लाइक कर दो और हम बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ.
As you are already from the HR field as well, so you spend quite a good time in HR field. So when you were hiring new people, so what kind of top skills as a fresher you'd like to see? For example, I as a fresher come for an interview. So what are the top skills that you would look for? Like if I'm a right fit for a banking industry or no?
Yeah, again, it is not in any interview. It is not the answers that you are giving. It is your attitude in replying that, or how you are responding, your way of expression. All these things are seen, and this is what mainly it is. And next is the subject matter. That of course is required. But I used to recently I've taken some. I was on an assignment taking classes to officers of a public sector bank. There I used to tell in the class, don't try to learn 100% from this class. Okay, I used to ask them attitude and knowledge, which is important. I am telling you should have 80% of the right attitude, only 20% of knowledge is sufficient. If you have the right attitude, knowledge will follow. If you have 100% knowledge and don't have the right attitude, that knowledge is of no use. So whether it is in interview or in your work area, everything, the attitude is that what counts. Knowledge will come. And nowadays, unlike in our days, it was all where in manual environment. If you need some additional information or how to handle certain type of scheme or this one, everything was manual. I had to go through the manual circulars and nowadays everything is on the fingertips. Intranet is there. It is easy to access information. So you should have an attitude to get yourself enriched at the right point of time. In the training, you should have an extensive knowledge. During training period, you should have an extensive knowledge of what all things are there, and you have to other things like your attitude, interpersonal relationship, all those things to be developed. Attitude and skill will come over a period of time. Skill cannot be developed overnight. Repetitive work done, it gets developed into a skill.
Very rightly said, sir. So one more follow-up question on this, because on our YouTube channel, we get a lot of comments from different regions of the country. For example, from Hindi-speaking area, people ask, can we give interview in Hindi? From Kannada, people sometimes comment, can I speak in Kannada? And Bengali will say, I am not comfortable in English. Can I speak in my native language? So what is your opinion? Is it okay if people do not know English very fluently? They can understand English, but they cannot speak in interview. So shall they be afraid of, okay, I cannot speak in English, so banking is not for me, or I will not be able to crack the interview? So what is your take on it, sir?
Okay, now as you know, language is for communication. Okay, it is for expression of your idea. So that means the person who is speaking and the person who is listening should both be comfortable. Suppose the interviewer is comfortable in the language which the candidate has to speak, would like to speak, then I don't think any issue in that. In speaking in another language for the interview, local language, knowledge of local language is given more importance. So the crux of it that you should know the local language, you should know the national language, and you should know English also. You should be able to manage, because then only, because banking generally it is an all India service. You don't know which part of the India you are going to work. So Hindi mainly it will work in many parts, but some rural areas only local language may work. So it should not come in, ultimately it should not come in the way of discharging your service, and it should not hamper customer service, because I also seen a lot of videos in social media. Customer is making a hue and cry because the officer is not able to talk in the local language. But if you see, actually, again, the right skill, right attitude plays a role here. Now I am in Karnataka, staying in Karnataka, but in till my college, I never learned Kannada. But now, when I speak Kannada, people don't believe that I am not from Karnataka. Not now, I am telling. That is in the initial period of my bank career itself. I have picked up, because at the younger age is the time when you can pick up fast. Grasping will be more. So that attitude, right attitude, adamancy should not be there. I don't know this language, I will not learn. That should not be there. Right attitude, not only for language, it is for everything. Some or the other, he can convince the interviewer if he is comfortable and may be able to get through. But that will not work out throughout the career. He has to pick up. He has to pick up and learn ultimately what is required for the righteous discharge of his duties that he has to develop.
Very insightful, I would say, because at interview, definitely you can convince the interviewer, okay, I'm new, I'm learning the language, so allow me to speak in Hindi. If he permits, you can speak in Hindi or the native language, but also give him an idea and confidence that you are willing to learn and you are working out on your English skills as well. That will really help. That's very like precise, precious advice, I would say. So, one more question I would like to ask you on this is how to grow in the bank. Definitely one can join a bank, but I have seen or I have observed some people get really good opportunities, they grow really fast, and some are not on a high speed growth rate. So how it makes a difference, how to grow fast in the career?
Okay. See, again, nowadays, career path is very attractive nowadays in banking. In our time, to get eligible for a promotion at a lower level, that is from scale 1 to 2 itself, it used to take 8 to 9 years. Today, within 9 years, one can get two promotions, at least two promotions, because every 3 years, 4 years, promotion will be there. That means anybody joining as an officer, say even at the age of 25, maybe before 50, he can be a general manager. So career path is a very good, and present salary scale is also very attractive. That way also it is not there. All type of technology support is there. In our days, everything was manual. Even interest calculation, everything was manual. Non-performing assets finding out. Now everything from central point, they are telling you interest calculation done automated, and what account is going to be non-performing. It is well in advance. It is told, and balance sheet compilation, everything is automated now. So it is mainly of a service. Again, coming to that, to get the business, you should have the right attitude, be good with your colleagues, and give good customer service. Any opportunity for business development, we should not miss that, catch hold of that, and improve the business. So career path itself, there is no worry for the present day youngsters who are joining as officers. Only your whatever I have told, what they have to do, the minimum. If that is done, they will get good appraisal also, and getting through the interviews should not be an issue. It is internal interviews. It will not be the like recruitment interviews, because they have got all your records. It is available of your performance, your contribution to the bank. Everything is available. So it is really a very worthy career to be opted by any youngsters nowadays. It is a respectable career. Like if you are asking my experience,
Correct.
now I have worked in I have worked as a branch manager of this one large branch, where I handled all advances and all. Then I got an opportunity to work in HR department also. So I'm very grateful to the institution. I got an opportunity to work abroad also. So 3 years I worked in Dubai. There is an exchange company managed by our bank. So if you ask me what is the skill, my likeness, or the area of my strength, even though I worked on all these areas, I worked more in IT field.
Correct.
IT, information technology field. I worked starting from a programmer. I worked, and bank has given all training, because in those days, IT graduates were not joining the bank, and bank also did not have that IT setup.
Correct.
So I'm a generalist officer. I joined as a generalist officer as a normal graduate only. Banks have given exhaustive training for that. I really worked hard on that. And from all areas of IT, I got an opportunity to work, including I last term as a DGM in the IT department only.
Correct.
So this clarity, when it comes is this clarity comes when say maybe in my case after 5 years I got that clarity, because when you are working in whichever posting, there will be a related area of working in the bank. Then you get some tips of your likeness.
Correct.
Like in my case, when I was working in HR department, bank has slowly started computerization that time. So back office was the first one to be done more rather than the branch software.
Correct.
So salary computerization was the first one. So even though I've just completed 2 years only in bank, it was a very big challenge to cover 250 branches of that circle and computerizing the salary. It was a really complete re-engineering sort of thing. From manual environment, you are going to a computerized environment, and you have to educate all branch people also, bring them all in line. I have to go to places, conduct workshops, and all those things. You see that even in that young age, I got that opportunity. I took it as a challenge. So because it was related to computers, I thought that I can do that. Maybe I have that likeliness to the computers. So I opted for that and was selected. I got through that. Some selection process was there. I got through that, and the rest, of course, is history. I worked in IT field for 20 years successfully.
That's right. That's very nice.
Including I have managed I was the IT head of a regional rural bank. I was general manager IT there.
Very nice. So it all started with likeliness and how you take it forward. So we are moving towards the end of the interview, in this podcast. You have shared very good nuggets and very great advices. But what last a few words you would like to give to our audience who aspire to be a banker?
Okay, again, same thing what I have told you, banking is a great career. It is one of the avenues where you can contribute in development of the nation. If you are interested, you have got ample opportunity in technology also. Now the scope, the career in banking, it is actually far more attractive than in our days, where only generalist officers or in some scenarios agriculture officers used to be there. Now it is a vast area where any type of skills, skilled or professional, he can get into any bank with to a post suited to his professional skill or experience and whatever, and he can also contribute to the development of the nation and be a part of the social service.
Very interesting. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It was very nice to have a conversation with you, and it's really helpful. I would say, like, if a person who is watching this video till the end would have got a clear guideline, not only from not only about how to make the career, but also how to grow, how to handle the difficult situations, and how to make a fantastic career in the banking sector. So, really grateful to you, sir, for being present today and sharing your time and very deep insights. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
कंग्रेचुलेशंस, आप वीडियो के एंड तक आए हो तो इससे आपकी सीरियसनेस पता चलती है। आई एम मोर देन 100% श्योर कि आप एक ऐसे कैंडिडेट हो जो सच में बैंकिंग के लिए एक परफेक्ट कैंडिडेट है, राइट। तो इस वीडियो से आपको अगर हेल्प हुई है, आपको नॉलेज मिली है, तो फटाफट से वीडियो को लाइक कर दो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और इस वीडियो से आपकी क्या टॉप लर्निंग रही है वो हमें कॉमेंट करके बताओ। अगर आप बैंकिंग सेक्टर के अंदर अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हो, स्पेसिफिकली प्राइवेट बैंक के अंदर जॉब करना चाहते हो, तो हमारा कोर्स मैं भी बैंकर आपकी बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा। उस कोर्स की ज़्यादा डिटेल आपको इस वीडियो के अंदर मिल जाएंगी, डिस्क्रिप्शन सेक्शन के अंदर लिंक है, जाइए और इनरोल कीजिए। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो।